Yo, family, happy Halloween for those that celebrate. Now, if you don't, you can keep scrolling. Now, I came across this article and I learned some new things that I'd like to share with y'all because I didn't know about it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But let's get into the article. Now, the article is titled, "The Dark History Behind Halloween is Even More Chilling Than You Realize. For educational and entertainment purposes only." Watch them try to demonetize this one too. All right, so let's start off with the word Halloween. Now, the word Halloween was first popularized in a poem, according to this article. Now, the poet's name is Robert Burns, and he helped to popularize the word Halloween with his 1785 poem of the same name. Now, the "een" part of Halloween, they say, is a contraction of Eve, or evening before. Now, they say, so basically, Halloween is just an old-fashioned way of saying the night before All Saints' Day. We know how saints can be in churches, right? You know, with the whole community. You know, where them children at. This comes from the fact that November 1st is All Saints' Day. Very interesting. And they start celebrating with major feasts the night before, right? What did they eat? What did they eat back then? Just asking. Now, next up, we have the day's morbid tradition go back to ancient times. Now, historians have linked Halloween to a Celtic festival called the Samhain. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, which is to celebrate the end of summer. Now, family, this is also celebrated in Ireland and Scotland and the Isle of Man. Now, according to Celtic mythology, the veil between the other world and our world thins during Samhain. Don't know how to pronounce it, forgive me. Making it easier for spirits and the souls of the dead to return. Very interesting, right? They also said that people would make offerings of food in order to get on the good side of these spirits and departed ancestors. There is always an offering. That's one thing that I see many cultures do, is an offering, to whether it be Mother Earth or souls. It's very important. Now, this I didn't know. So the jack-o'-lanterns, they say, symbolize a fateful deal with the devil. It says, if you ever meet the devil on a darkened road, don't try to trick him into climbing a tree. It said, otherwise you might end up like Irish folk figure jack-o'-lantern. Modern day intricately designed pumpkin creations certainly to make for impressive decorations. But back in the day, people in Ireland dubbed their carved fiery turnips jack-o'-lanterns, thanks in part to an ominous legend. They say one night, a conniving local drunkard named Jack trapped the Prince of Darkness in a tree by hacking a sign of the cross into the bark. In exchange for letting Satan climb down, Jack had him vow to never claim his soul. Jack then proceeded to act like a jerk his whole life. When he died, he was not allowed in heaven, so he tried to return to his old pal the devil, but Satan upheld his end of the deal, hurling a piece of coal from hell at the dead man for good measure. Left without anywhere to go, Jack placed the blazing coal in a turnip to use as a lantern. The dead man then set out, doomed to wander until he can find an eternal resting place. Damn, that's a whole story within itself. Very interesting. Did y'all know that about the jack-o'-lantern? I had no idea.